Uh, Good evening, family. This is Najma, and I have Big C with me, and we're going to be talking sports for the next hour. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Excuse my voice; I'm not feeling the best, but you know how Gemini's are. We get through it. Big C, you want to say hi to the family?
What's up, baby?
So
I'm
we
excited about this evening. Um, we got a lot of ground that we can cover, and how about these NBA playoffs?
well, someone got hurt last night.
Yeah, that was Giannis. Giannis got hurt last night. They're not sure yet. They haven't completely determined whether that's going to be an ACL, MCL, LCL, etc. But at this
LCL?
point, yeah, LCL. At this point, um, we got to think and just say, you know what? Are the Bucks done? Can Chris Middleton, can Drew Holiday, can Brooke Lopez, can these guys, can they carry the load, that Giannis is? Because you're talking about a 7 foot point shooting power forward, small forward, center that does
Mhm.
everything.
Oh wow.
So what are they really going to do? And the good thing, I guess, or not necessarily good thing, but they have somewhat of an advantage still because the Hawks are without Trey Young. So they're both missing their best players, but
Mhm.
Trey may play tonight. And if this thing goes to Game 7 and Giannis can't be there, I don't have the Bucks advancing. I got the Hawks advancing to their first NBA championship appearance.
But isn't this like that time where people actually do step up to the plate? Because you sometimes a lot of these players don't get playing time because you have people like the superstars that play all the time. So
Well,
so wouldn't this be the time to really see like who really has it?
right. I feel you on that. But I guess what though?
What?
If I'm paying you 78.5 million in the contract, and you sit in the bench when it's time for you to get into the game, I don't care when you play. You better be able to play. You might not have a spot next year.
So who do you see stepping up since Giannis is hurt? No, it has to be somebody else on the team.
I'm telling Chris Middleton, he has to step up. He is the X factor in all of this. You know what I mean? In fact, Giannis really isn't their closer. Chris Middleton is really their closer. You should be the fourth quarter stats that he's posted this year in the postseason. It's definitely leans towards him as a closer. He's a better 3 point shooter, and he has a better
Hmm.
mid range game. So, yeah, they go to actually Middleton. Not to mention, you got to remember, Chris Middleton's an all star too as well.
Okay, so there should be no worries, right?
Oh, the worry come in is that you have arguably a top 5 player in the world that's not playing.
Well, I mean, he's not playing, but
See, LeBron James hit upon this some time ago, and he talked about the scheduling, right? Because now you have the top teams aren't playing, right? The teams that have the biggest draw as far as monetary value, or I'm sorry, as far as money into the stands or fans into the stands. Um, and these folks are out. So without well, they're out by elimination, right? But you also got to remember too that just imagine if the NFL was if you were playing in the NFL, all the top teams were playing, right? Or even teams that were winning. So let's say the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are there, but Tom Brady ain't playing.
okay.
Or let's say, you know, uh, the Seattle Seahawks make it, and but Russell Wilson isn't playing, or the Ravens make it, and Lamar Jackson isn't playing. You see what I'm saying? So that
Okay.
make it look dramatically different. Now, are these guys supposed to play? Yeah, because they get paid to play. But it's going to definitely make it look totally different and a total different landscape than what you have. So LeBron hit on the fact that hey, we need to take a look at this because they ran 34 games in just and basically just 2 months. That's like a game every other day.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So in it puts a wear and tear and toll on people's bodies. This is why Kawhi opts to
Uh,
what he calls load management days, right? So
mhm.
able to try to help and try to preserve and prevent from being injured. You
Okay.
can't you
One
can't.
second. One second. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Good. You can just listen in.
Right now. Okay.
Thank you, Tim. This is Big C. So thanks for calling. I didn't think anybody was going to call in. I appreciate it. Oh, go ahead.
No problem.
Go ahead, C. Can you hear him?
Most definitely.
Okay. Can you hear Big C talking?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Continue, please. I apologize for interrupting. You said LeBron.
Yeah, now LeBron has already brought up the topic that the fact that, here it is that we have all of these games that they play. The NBA plays a 82 game regular season campaign, and then from that point, the playoffs varies because it's 7, 7, 7, 7 all the way through. So technically, you could pay. Literally, they could play up to 7 times 4 series. So that'd be 28 games times the amount of teams that are there. So that's a lot of games. Okay, so in it, we proposed, or LeBron has proposed, hey, maybe we need to cut the season back some. Instead of 82, let's cut it back to 60. There's no reason to drag it out like the professional baseball.
You're kind of going in and out. Your voice is kind of going in and out. But you said there's no reason to drag what?
To drag out the season like MLB does. Major League Baseball plays 180 games. That's ridiculous. That does not. That's just, you need 180 games to determine a champion. For real. For real. So, but again, baseball and basketball are two different things. And what happens, if you're not in the outfield or anything like that, then you have a strong chance not to be hurt. Unless you get hit by a pitch in the face or something. But
so are you saying that if they played less games, that the chances of them being hurt is less? I mean, what's the point of bringing up the fact that they play all these games? Why?
They play all these games because we're talking about elite players being hurt. And yeah, if you play less games, it puts you you're not at risk for those additional 22 games.
True.
It's just like anytime you drive your car, right? You're at risk to be in an accident. But if you're not driving your car, how can you get in an accident? Unless you're riding with somebody else, right?
I mean, it's always been this way. I mean, this is nothing new, right?
Exactly.
Players have always played this many games, and baseball have always had 180 games, different than basketball. So, why you want to change something?
Yeah, because you got to think about this, right? Our society and our planet has changed. Okay, we've changed in a lot of different ways, from global warming to, COVID that we had to deal with, all sorts of things.
So now just change basketball.
Constant in life is change. That's the only thing that's going to be constant in life is change. And just like life has to change, the NBA has to change too, and it has over time. We went to just, no disrespect to anybody that's out there, but it went from little short white guys and, big tall guys, black dudes just dunking on y'all. Bill Russell. I mean, there's no way that Wilt Chamberlain should have been able to score 100 points dunking on, like, all he did, he's dunking on dudes that are like 5'11", 5'10", he's 7, but he's supposed to score 100. Russell is supposed to get 38 rebounds in a game.
Does he?
Yeah, he was supposed to.
He was the tallest man on the court.
Okay.
So, when you're the only person, and then, you got Bob Cousy, who was 5'10", I think, and they try to say Bob Cousy is one of the greatest guards in the history of the game. Guess what? Bob Cousy don't even make my list for greatest guards in the game. Period. At all. Does not.
That doesn't make anyone's list.
Oh, my top 3 guards would always be, not in necessarily order, but when you talk about point guards, Allen Iverson, Magic Johnson, Isaiah. Now you
said
Isaiah Thomas. You better bet it.
Isaiah Thomas, Johnson, yes.
Yes, he is elite. What?
Isaiah was one of the greatest.
Is definitely ever. All time, and all time you can get who you want to get. The only thing I wouldn't like to see is him trying to check Magic, because Magic's 6'9". You know what I mean? And that's a post up. But as far as anybody, as far as ball handling skills, as far as shooting ability, everything, Isaiah is one of the best ever. Now, if you wanted to say, well, I'm going to get Steph Curry for the offense, okay, that's fine. I can go for that. If you want to get Russell Westbrook for, the triple-double capability, okay, that's fine. If you want to get Kyrie, that's fine. But the three dudes I'm taking are Magic, Isaiah, and Allen Iverson.
Okay.
John Stockton.
Who?
John Stockton.
Not going to make my team.
John Stockton would make your team?
He led the league in assists up until maybe 4 or 5 years ago. He was the all-time leader in assists.
Yeah, the all-time leader in assists. See, there's certain things that I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at that this one intangible that John Stockton doesn't have. He doesn't have the same type of heart that Magic and Isaiah and Allen Iverson had. And Allen Iverson probably has the biggest heart I've seen from anybody.
That's true. That's true. That's why they call it Allen Iverson, a little man with a big heart.
Yeah, the answer. And so,
I've heard them say that 1,000 times. Little man with a big heart.
The answer is going to take it to the paint. He is going to that paint, but he can also shoot it.
Yeah. You said he can also what?
He can shoot it too now. Don't twist it. He will blaze you up. Don't leave him by himself. It's a wrap.
He can pick your pockets too.
Yeah. Now, if you want to go, of course, to go modern, right? So when I say modern, I'm talking about in these times now. Then the three top guards that I would take would be Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, and Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? And Dame Dollar, he speaks for us. Oh my God, he is such an underrated player. But we're all over the place here. So LeBron has basically said, "Listen, NBA, let's shorten the games to 60 games a year. Let's be able that it prevents load management, and guys are going to play the entire season. You see what I'm saying? It cuts the season down. I think it takes like 3 to 4 weeks off the season or something like that, and it gives them more time to actually train and recover in the off season.
Okay.
So, you know, and this is LeBron's contention and what he's seen.
Mm-hmm. So LeBron's idea. It was LeBron's idea. Have people been saying this prior to LeBron saying this, or?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not something that it was actually brought up when David Stern was still commissioner, okay? And Adam Silver, current commissioner, you know, they're flirting with it and they're talking about it because it kind of makes sense. But the other thing is too that they don't want to lose that revenue. They don't want to lose that money. Okay? So they're looking at, okay, if each team or the 30 teams were to lose, you know, we lose what, 22 games. That's 22 times 30. So you're talking about 660 games. Or I'm sorry, split that in half. 330 some odd games. Don't hold me to that, y'all. And then you're going to have to look at the money that's lost from that. So how much money is generated from that?
Oh, definitely. From a business perspective.
Do they want to stand to lose potentially 40, maybe 50 million?
I wouldn't.
Well, as an individual, no. But can they stand it as a league? Yes. Every owner is a billionaire. Every owner is a billionaire, including Michael Jordan. Every owner is a billionaire. So what are we going to do about that? Naj?
Actually, since this COVID thing has taken place, I noticed the season appears to be, the off time is even shorter.
You said because of COVID?
Yeah, because they had to postpone the games last year.
Right.
And then they picked them up later in the year, which threw everything off. Now they're playing even later. As a matter of fact, in their off time, you know, generally they were off from June until October was when the preseason started. Now, please, I think they might be off a month and a half, maybe.
I mean, but when you do the numbers, to me, there's no way in the world I would lower anything right now because of the loss from COVID.
Yeah, but you're also making the players suffer in the long run.
Suffer? They're getting, you know how much they get paid? How are they suffering? If they don't want the money or the fame.
Let's take this year for primary example. Your average star player for virtually every team that was in the playoffs got hurt. Why? Because they didn't have any off time. They didn't have time to, you know, get this body in shape or whatever.
You agree that that's why these some of these, I mean, players get hurt. They get hurt. My daughter plays basketball. People get hurt. You know, if they're playing however many weeks versus however many weeks, people are going to get hurt. You know, Now that LeBron has made a statement, everybody is just like, oh, well, LeBron said, that it should be lower. So let's do it because LeBron said so.
Actually, he's just speaking up for not just himself, he's speaking up for the entire league.
Oh, well, I didn't hear anybody else say it. Big C just said that LeBron said it. He didn't say LeBron said it and all these other people supported it, but LeBron's the man. So I get it. Whatever LeBron says, go. So what?
Hold on. I can't let you slide by like that. I mean, there are a lot of players that support what LeBron has said too. It's not that LeBron is somebody's boss or he's like dictating and controlling the league as to what they're going to do, right? But Chris Paul is the chairman or the chief for the NBA Players Association. Okay,
correct.
He actually, espouses and has espoused the same position that LeBron has taken. Of course, Anthony Davis supports that. Of course, Giannis supports that. Of course, people like James Harden and Kevin Durant, they support that. Mm-hmm. And you have to think about this, right? James Harden, he was hurt. Kyrie is hurt. All they had left was Kevin Durant. And I don't care how good. And Kevin Durant, in my opinion, is maybe number one or 1B in the NBA with LeBron, right? So, but he can't do it by himself. One person never beat five, never. And he had a lights out series with them, against the Bucks. But you're not going to beat them 1-on-5. That's not going to happen.
No. Need at least 3 players, 2 other players.
Yes.
Other than just him.
You saying at least 2 other players?
Yeah, just pretty much carry their own weight. Score, defend, rebound.
You got folks that
people play a complete game. You're wasting your time.
And Nas, you got people that are not showing up. Okay, you got folks like, and then they traded some folks too. God, I hate not having
what
my stats right there. But
did you say players that are not showing up?
Oh, most definitely. You got a bunch of folks that.
I know who you're talking about. The boy for what is his name? Crowder. Crowder not showing up into this playoff series, this playoff period.
When you say not showing up, are you saying physically not showing up? Or are you saying they're there but they're not doing their part?
Exactly. Once again, I told you, if I'm an owner and I'm paying you, right, say a 5-year contract for $42 million, I don't care who get hurt. When you get in the game, you better represent.
True.
Even if you're hurt?
If you're hurt, don't play.
Actually, the majority of the players that are quote-unquote injured, they don't play.
Yep.
Which I don't blame them. Because the majority of the time it's either a knee, ankle, and or
So whatever. You're saying that some of these contracts, a 5-year contract is $42 million?
Depends on who you're talking about.
I think $42 million might be the lowest paid this day and time.
You said the lowest.
No, they got the veteran minimum. I think is like $10 million. You know what I mean? And that's going to be somebody who's only on the practice team. Okay, he practiced just for $10 million. That's it. Don't even play.
$10 million just to practice.
Yeah. Now you're talking about that Nets roster, right? It features Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin, Joe Harris, and Joe Harris is supposed to be their 3-point specialist. He did not show up. DeAndre Jordan is hurt. Mike James, I don't know when he's going to see the court. Spencer Dinwiddie, but I believe he was mistaken. Jeff Green had a great series. Tyler Johnson, he needed to go somewhere. And Landry Shermont and Alizé Johnson. Really? So somebody named you Alizé after a freaking guy.
Don't do that.
Yeah, his name is Alizé Johnson. He's a small forward. Okay. Alizé Johnson, he's a small forward from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. He's 6'7", 201, right? He's out of Missouri State University. And for the season, he averages 7.6 minutes per game and 2.9 points a game with point.
2.9.
Yeah, 2.9. But he's a bench player. I mean, he's a reservist. Okay, but the thing is this: he's 6'7". He's a small forward, so that means that he's supposed to come in and take some of the pressure off. Guess who? KD.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say take pressure off of him,
that means to give him a break, to spell him so he can get some rest, so he can get his win back. But KD doesn't take time. So like the game they just lost in overtime to Milwaukee, when he hit, it was basically it appeared to be a 3-point shot, but his foot literally was maybe a millimeter on the line, so it counted as a two-point basket, right? So, you know, when that occurred, then that pretty much effectively ended their run. So he played that entire game. He had no breaks at all.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Well, TV timeouts and halftime and, you know, quarter changes. Yeah, okay, you get a break then.
So you're saying that the person that came in only scores 2 points, or he only averages 2 points?
Averages 2.9 points per game. And that's because he might have had, like, you know, one game where he might have had 15 points, and then he ain't play no more for the rest of the year. And so
why? Is that because the coach is not putting him in? I mean, 2 points a game?
Yeah, are you going to put him in over James Harden?
No.
Let's talk to me now.
No.
Don't put
Excuse me 1 second.
Hey, listen, Notch, talk to me now.
I'm listening.
Because
I gotta blow my nose.
I wouldn't even think about putting him in over James Harden.
Man, listen, I wouldn't even put him in over Joe Harris, who happens to be a small
forward. No,
but Joe Harris disappeared on me, y'all. And Joe Harris needs to be held accountable for that.
Oh, who's Joe Harris?
Joe Harris is a member of the Brooklyn Nets, okay? And he's supposed to be their 3-point specialist.
Oh.
He shot, I can tell you right now. I dog it. I hate when that happens.
Wasn't it in the low 30% wise? If that. He did not have a great series.
Who didn't? Joe Harris? Is that
Harris, him? Yeah. Correct.
Oh.
He did not have a great series whatsoever, in comparison to what he was doing during the year now.
So do you think a lot of these players are not doing their part now because we are coming out of the corona and just starting back, and people have gotten lazy?
Not that. It's because at this particular time, majority of them are tired from playing all year.
But they play all year, every year, don't they?
And if you notice, toward the end of the season, a lot of superstar players wind up burning out by the time the playoffs start. Why? Because they're playing too many games.
Now, check it out, y'all. I just want to give y'all some stats real quick. Joe Harris 2021 stats, right? Okay. He played 69 games. And over those 69 games, he averaged 3.1 attempt from the 3-point line, and he shot 47.5% from three. That's damn near 50%. If you're shooting that high, shooting basically a 20-footer, and you're making them, you miss one, make one, miss one, make one. Man, I'm gonna take that every day of the week.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
The playoffs, right?
Okay.
Turns around and he shoots only 31.1% from the 3-point line. He's 17 percentage points lower than he was in the regular season. I don't need you to show up on and play the series like it's got doggone game 37 of the NBA season. I need you to play every game as if it's game 7. Game 7, Naj. Game 7 of the NBA season.
So what do you think happens when they play so well in the season and then in the playoffs they don't? Is it because they're tired?
They burn out.
They're burned out?
They burn out.
So you're saying with the money they're getting, they can't burn out?
Oh my
Is that
God.
Yes, you burn out.
I can't breathe. Oh my God.
Don't.
Choking.
So you saying they're making excuses?
No.
They're burned out.
Burnt out ass. LeBron wouldn't burn out. He just ain't have AD. They're choking.
If you're the superstar player on a team, and basically you're the scorer, you're the one playing defense, and majority of the other players on the team aren't, you will be burned out after playing 80 some odd games and then going into the playoffs, or you physically will be burned out.
I don't know. I played at the University of Florida, and we have 33 game season as well as NCAA tournament and some more stuff.
Right.
Basically, after 40 games, I'm not burnt out. I'm ready to still keep going. You know what I mean? We play game. We'll have a game, and at the end of the game, win, lose, or draw, we play another game amongst each others, and then we practice. What?
So you think maybe it's some personal issues going on sometimes with these players when their stats look at 31% versus 41%?
It's called choke. It's called choke.
Okay.
When we needed you. It's no different. Okay. If the viewers out there can recall, it's a wonderful player. I like the guy a lot. And his name was John Starks. John Starks played for the New York back in the early 90s, mid 90s, and late 90s, right?
Okay.
And he was a shooting mother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He has one of the best poster dunks that you would ever want to see in your life, where he jumped on Pippen, Jordan, and Horace Grant at the same damn time. I
remember that play.
All right. When they got into the finals against Houston with the mighty Akeem Olajuwon, who's probably he's definitely a top 5 center all time, Akeem Olajuwon.
I remember him.
And he shot 2 for 19 for the game. Game 7. 2 for 19.
I know that.
He just had an off night. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they would have played that and ran that game the very next day, he would not shoot like that. Great shooters don't shoot like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so how this relates to the Joe Harris, and I'm going to connect it right here for you, Naj, is this. When you are a great shooter, you will not have an entire series, an entire playoffs where you off.
No.
It's not going to happen.
No.
It's just like Paul George had that bad game and they lost. He comes back the very next opportunity he has, and he dropped 41 on them, and he shot 83% field. He torched them. It wasn't even funny. And the unsung hero, just a sidebar, and that one is your boy Jackson. Jackson been killing it too.
Yes.
His little ugly ass, but he been killing it.
He's been shooting lights out.
Okay, he's shooting basically 50% from the field. Pete, I can't call him playoff Pete. PG-13, he shows up and finally, but he wasn't going to have 2 back-to-back bad games. Not going to happen.
Right.
Because he's an elite player. There's a difference between elite great versus very good, strong players. It's a difference.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, DeAndre Jordan from the Nets is a very, very good player. But would you ever take DeAndre Jordan as a center over Shaq?
No.
Would you take him over Olajuwon? Would you take him over take him over Kareem? No, because we're talking about elite people. These are basketball gods.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, seriously.
So most of these people who are elite, were they always elite, or did they grow in the NBA to become elite?
Shaq
or they just came in and they
in elementary school. Shaq was elite. Kareem graduated from Power Memorial High School in New York City. Okay, and he is elite. All of his records still stand from 1959. Are you serious?
Wow.
Actually, he's still to this day the all-time leading
You're
scorer.
talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the all-time leading scorer.
Wow.
Founder, if I'm not mistaken. Not mistaken.
I think if LeBron plays 2 more years, LeBron will catch him.
Catch Kareem?
Yeah, he might.
LeBron is like in let me get this correct. I think he's like in sixth. He's the all-time. He's like sixth place in the all-time scoring, race. And like they said, if he plays maybe 2 more years, he'll pass Kareem.
So Kareem still has stats that haven't been touched from what?
No, Kareem has like these Mount Rushmore types of stats. He's the all-time leading scorer. He's the number 3 all-time leading rebounder.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. Hold on. And he's number 2 all-time in blocks. So you tell me.
That's when Mark Jackson should have been the commentator back when they were playing Mama, There Goes That Man.
Man down.
I like when he says that.
Man down.
You said man down what?
No, I said hand
down. Man
down.
Okay, y'all too.
Mark Jackson.
Now, when you look at that, right, Kareem is in every top spot that you can think of, except for assists.
He wasn't a bad assist person either.
It's right. He's going to toss it to you.
To be a center, he was a great passer.
So when we're talking about elite players, there's a very big difference between a good player and an elite player. A good player, you have levels, right? Because an NBA bum, right, will kill anybody in college. They're going to beat the brakes off you. A bum that played college is going to kill anybody that plays street ball. Most people, anyway.
True.
Because of fundamentals, principles, and being able to know how to play basketball. This is why they say LeBron is a savant because of his basketball acumen, right? You see what I'm saying? So with that acumen that he has, they make it where, okay, he's able to read defense. He's basically a coach on the floor. When they played those championships, especially when he went back to Cleveland, he didn't need Ty Lue. He did not need Ty Lue. Ty Lue was a figurehead. Let me tell you like that. Even down there in Miami, Eric Spoelstra was a figurehead. You got Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron. Spoelstra got to do nothing.
That was a team there.
All you got to do is say keep your elbow in on the free throw, or he cheating on you too hard to the right, drop step and bang it on him. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a quick question in regards to LeBron. Who, in your opinion, who is your best all-around player? I'm just talking about today in the history.
In the history of the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, come on, man. Because see, to do that, then I'm gonna leave out a lot of people that I believe are that. I would say in my personal favorite, right, is Magic Johnson. Magic plays every single position, period.
Didn't LeBron pass him in assists and scoring?
Well, I'm not talking about the stats at this point now. What we're talking about is total impact and value and what actually he meant to the team. If you can recall, Kareem was hurt, and Magic put up 42 points.
Every position.
Yeah, he put up 42 points, 17 boards, and 13 assists, playing every position that night. So
every position on the floor.
He sent Boston home.
I remember that very well.
Boston home with if you remember that iconic baby hook shot that he hit.
Yes.
In Boston, sent them straight home. Okay.
Iconic baby hook shot.
That's right. And he told him, walk slow.
Little Magic was like, okay, since they had me playing all positions, I'm gonna carry it like I'm playing all positions. That wasn't one of his shots. The hook shot was not one of Magic's shots. That was Kareem's shot.
That's Kareem's shot.
We'll do a Kareem move on him.
Kareem invented it too. Because when you 7'4", when you're 7'2", and then you jump and you make yourself damn near 11 feet tall.
Wow.
Your body, ain't no way you can block it, and it's money.
Magical.
People would be surprised.
Hook shot is hard. I don't care how tall you are. Hard to block.
People would be surprised when he missed that shot because it just went in that much.
Kareem would shoot a hook shot like the average person shoots a jump shot.
and damn near from 3-point range.
And hit all net. I'm like, wow.
So what is Kareem doing these days?
Man, Kareem is an absolutely amazing human being. He's been well involved in civil rights and activism for, there's an iconic picture that features him, Jim Brown, Jackie Robinson, Floyd Patterson. No, my bad, not Floyd. God dog it.
I remember that picture.
Bill Russell, Jim Brown, and Muhammad Ali, because they were there to support Ali because they were trying. That was when they sent Ali to jail. They were there to support that, and since that point in time, Kareem has been very, very outspoken. He does a lot of community work in his home back in Brooklyn, New York, and he does a lot of good work out in his home out in LA, California too as well.
I wonder why he never coached.
He writes books. He was a color analyst for NBC for a while. But the other thing that he does too is that he has youth camps where he teaches specifically young black men from the ghettos, from the inner city. Not just basketball, but how to live life, right? Because we know that true education means that we make the correct decisions about life. And so these are the things that he's doing. Kareem is a beast. He's awesome. He definitely is a legend, and he's earned every accolade that he has.
Wow. Let's flip topics again. I want to talk about the Wizards and why they can't win anything. I mean, we all live here. We all live in the DMV.
I knew you was gonna do that.
I mean, I don't understand what the problem is. I can
answer that question.
What's the problem with the Wizards?
The problem is they don't want to spend much money for the players that are needed to contend. That's what their problem is.
Yeah. Poland owns the Washington Capitals, and Washington Capitals are an NHL championship team. So I guess he's saying 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
So if they don't want to spend the money, then where's the money going? You're saying the money is just in the management office and not
in the owner's pocket.
Where the money gonna go? You own the team. Where you think it's at? In my pocket. This is mine.
So you saying all the coaches for the Wizards are just keeping the money? Because what about the black coach? That black coach that was there for a while. He didn't. I mean, I don't understand why they can't get a team that can win at least one championship. They can't even build a team. They can't build a team.
Well, they won back in '79.
Ha ha ha! You have jokes.
They had Bobby Dandridge, Wes Unseld,
Kevin Greene.
Was Jeff Rulin on that team?
Yep. Kevin Greene, Wes Unseld, Elvin Hayes.
So did Michael Jordan think he was going to be able to make a change when he went to the Wizards?
Michael Jordan's career was over when he went to the Wizards.
No.
Yeah, stealing money then.
You said what?
Mike was stealing money when he went to the Wizards.
But true. He knew his career. He was done by the time he went to the
Wizards.
Wizards.
What do you mean he was stealing money?
He was stealing money. Mike was 47 years old when he went to the doggone Wizards. Come on now.
Was he 47?
No, it's a euphemism.
But he was too old to be.
It was euphemism. Girl, you got me stuttering and messing up. Let me tell you something right now. When Mike went to the Wizards, he stole a bunch of money. Okay. Then what happened was that, I'll tell you what. The Wizards actually were in great shape. Now check this out. They had Chris Webber.
Right.
They had Gilbert Arenas. I don't know what happened to Agent Zero. Agent Zero flagged out. But anyway, they actually had a playoff team, and they had a team that they were building going into the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Then they ultimately got rid of Chris Webber. They traded him for, I don't know why they did that. We know what happened with Gilbert Arenas. He coming to the games pulling guns on people and stuff.
You know that very well.
Teammate, and you know your teammate got the money. Come on now. He might not have it on him right now, like cash on him right now. And they ain't have Cash App and Zelle and all that back then at that time. So, he couldn't Cash App you 20 bands. But bands.
In regards to the gun situation, didn't they both pull a gun on one another?
Yeah, they both showed up. He got his gun and used a bomb.
Right.
Reason you at that point, perennial all-star, and you don't come to the game. Nothing's wrong with y'all.
So after that happened, that kind of messed Arenas up. And okay,
he went on down. He went down to Orlando and stole some money down there. Gilbert Arenas did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, when he went down there, you said the key word, stole some money. He did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, stole some money. There's plenty of people stealing money.
Okay, so Big C.
Yes,
say for instance that the Wizards say, you know what, Big C, we need you over here at the Wizards, coach. Here's your budget. Here's the money. What are you going to do? Do you feel you can build a team?
How much money I got?
I don't know what the budget is for basketball.
Well, you gave up this hypothetical situation.
Okay. Well, let me see. Let me see my notes here. All right. Say for instance, what is the budget for a basketball team?
Let me put it to you this way: if they asked me to become the coach, the only way I would accept that position, they would have to give me full operation of the team. Let me go out here and get who I want.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you had the power to have your own team, do you feel? And I'm gonna ask Big C. Do you feel that you could get together a powerful team?
Hell,
you said,
Naj. I can actually say this, Naj. Hell yeah, I can.
You could.
And I would start with my first move would be I would move Bradley Beal.
You would move who?
Bradley Beal. He's a problem.
Okay.
He gives you all types of.
He is.
His scoring is crazy, but he plays no. Well, everybody plays defense in the NBA, just your level.
No, he doesn't.
But he plays matador defense, okay? And then to top that particular part off, well, see, if I were to do that, right, I would do my very best to move not only Bradley Beal, but I try to move Russell too, right? Because at that point, I'm gonna tell you why. And don't get mad at me, people out here. The reason why is this, right? I have a bro crush on Damian Lillard. Dude,
actually, they're speaking on that tonight earlier. You were talking about Damian Lillard may very well be leaving, becoming a Laker.
Yeah, I would try to pull in Dame Lillard, right? And then this gonna mess you up because this dude has been absolutely left out. Karl Anthony Towns, I'm gonna try to see if I can't steal him from the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, because I want that backcourt presence. I want that big backcourt presence where because Karl Anthony Towns is an enforcer. Okay, you're not coming into that paint and think you just gonna dunk on somebody.
No, he's a great player.
And then I'm gonna do, and I hope y'all love me for this one. And the second thing I'm gonna do everything in my power to get KD to come in.
Oh.
Do you really think they're gonna let either one, KD and or Lillard, go? No.
She said if it was in my power. So yeah.
Especially to the Wizards. Come on.
I mean, is it really about money? And then if the players see that there is a team that makes them, want to move, why wouldn't they want to move if he's offering them?
Players don't want to come to the Wizards to win. They come to the Wizards for money.
True.
What do you mean they don't want to win?
They don't because their culture is not that. Okay? They don't have a culture of winning. They have a culture of consistently losing. The last time they won anything was 1979. That's almost as bad as that's worse than the Redskins.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Yeah. They haven't won a championship since 79.
Do people even go to the games? Are the games even packed?
Wait a second.
Are the Wizard games even packed at all?
Yeah, 79. I was like 5 in 79. That's the last time they won.
Wow.
Let me tell you what I've seen the Wizards doing for the last couple of years anyway. To get people to come to the games, they'll charge like $10 a ticket or whatever.
That's sad. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, y'all. What's happening tonight?
Last thing, hold on. And
okay.
When I go to a Wizards game, I go to see the other team. I don't go to see the Wizards.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
I do. So if I find out, right, that Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies coming, I'm going to see Ja because I want to see him. I want to see him dunk on their whole team.
Ja Morant is that man.
Oh,
Young too.
If they say
Boy has skill.
Look, if they say the Pelicans coming, man, I want to see your boy, Big Baby. I want to see him.
Oh my goodness!
What is his name? Williams.
Zion.
Bingo. There it is. I don't know how I forgot his first name.
Yeah. If I come to see if I'm going there, I want to see Zion. I ain't gonna see nobody on the Wizards. Nobody.
That's really sad.
I think that's everyone else's way of thinking also that does go to the games.
Okay, so we don't have much time left.
I don't even want to see the cheerleaders. You can keep
don't do that.
Put them backs up.
What's going to happen tonight? Who can predict what's going to happen tonight?
Well,
tonight
this is a big one.
Chris Paul is the one that dictate the outcome of the game.
Both of y'all talking.
Yeah, Chris Paul has never been to an NBA Finals. Okay, and this is real big because they can close these people out tonight. All right.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that the Clippers, they're poised to keep on going after that massive performance they had. I think that ultimately the Suns gonna knock them off in 7. I got the Clippers tonight. So guaranteed! You can guarantee it. Guaranteed.
So you have the Clippers winning tonight, but you have the Suns winning the overall.
They're gonna win the series. It's gonna go 4-3 Suns, and it's gonna be Suns and Atlanta Hawks in the finals. Something I never thought I would see.
If Giannis wouldn't have gotten hurt, it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
but he is hurt.
He is.
True.
But I never thought I would see the Phoenix Suns and Atlanta Hawks in an NBA championship series.
That's true.
Matter of fact, I never thought I would see either one of them make it past the second round. Never.
That is true. Actually, I think if Chris Paul comes out tonight, pretty much with the killer instinct, I have Chris Paul and them beating the Clippers, although the Clippers are the veteran team in comparison.
Well, they missed
I see Phoenix winning.
Okay.
They missing Kawhi, so they have a major piece to their puzzle that they're missing as well. But like I said, I think that the Clippers at home, I think that they're not going to let the home crowd down. They're going to pull it out. If not, then all that playoff P might start to be no show P. And they'll do that. And what's messed up this is too, right, is that Paul George has put up the most consecutive 20-plus point games in NBA history in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has 13 straight 20-plus point games. Jordan never did it. Cole didn't do it. Bronny ain't do it. So that's wild, right? Think about that for a second.
13 straight 20-plus games.
Actually, didn't he pass Bron the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although Bron he's the how can I say, in regards to the points, he has the most points ever in playoff history.
Who does?
LeBron.
Oh, wow.
For a quarter, yes.
LeBron is that man.
Yeah, LeBron scored 30 straight on Detroit.
Oh.
Yeah. I recall.
30 straight.
I've been following LeBron ever since he was coming out of high school. And I kept telling everyone back then, and I'll say it now, I say he's going to be the greatest player ever. No. We'll see in the end.
Well, they're all great in their own rights, right? Because they had their own time. Jordan had his time. Kobe had his time. LeBron had his time. I got them all as 1A, 1B, and 1C.
You said 1A, 1B, and 1C.
Yeah, because you can't go wrong. If you pick Jordan, oh my God. If you pick Kobe, oh my God. If you pick LeBron, oh my
God. Hold up, y'all. I gotta keep blowing my nose. Sorry.
You know something, man. With going back to that Chicago team, Jordan, Scotty made that team. Scotty made that team. And what made that team so great, it wasn't as everyone thinks. It wasn't Jordan. Everyone on that entire team knew their role. They were the greatest role-playing team ever.
Well, guess what?
What's that?
Say something about Pippen, though. Pippen has six of the worst. Pippen has 6 of the worst performances as well as far as shooting percentages go in NBA history.
Don't tell nobody. I know.
You said 6 of the worst performances?
Worst, where he shot like 21%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I still say everyone on that team knew their role. That was the greatest role-playing team ever.
Worst.
And I don't know why a lot of other teams don't look at that. Okay, if they did it, we can do it. If he's the scorer, I do this, I rebound, I'm the assist man, I play defense. It should work.
Now, it's a fun fact for y'all.
What?
Jordan has scored at least 15 points or better in 179 straight playoff appearances. That is
say that again.
That he has scored at least 15 points or more in 179 straight playoff games. The most ever. And that's going to be a record that's
what I have to say in regards to that. Jordan was he's probably the greatest scorer of all time. But if you look at his shooting percentage, he wasn't all that great. Who can't put the ball up 49 or 50 times a night and give you 30 points?
Well, when you talk about
that comes from the free throw line.
You gotta remember. Hold on, don't forget about Elgin Baylor.
Actually, I can't. How could I forget about him? He grew up right up the street from where I used to live.
Oh, he's from DC?
Yeah, he's from DC.
He grew up right up by Eastern New York.
Now, also, don't forget about once again all my white fans out there. I love you, but don't forget about the white guy, Pistol Pete Maravich.
Oh, he was that man. Yeah,
Pete Maravich.
Pistol Pete.
Shoot the lights out, and I'm talking about all that stuff that Kyrie and them doing. He was doing that back in the early 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete.
Dribble the ball. He was doing like Harlem Globetrotter, like Curly Neal type stuff out there.
Oh.
Yeah. You can't steal it from him. He averaged 40 points.
He's the only one that I've ever seen that shoots free throws underhanded.
Yeah. And Rick Barry. He averaged 40 points a game at LSU.
Wow.
40.
Now that's impressive.
Pistol Pete, yeah.
I gotta look him up. Wow.
You're gonna find a hidden gem. That's a hidden gem. People forgot that name, so But
wow. Anything else before we close out?
Yeah, it's time to pay the bills, man. We need to talk about some commercials. Got the wonderful good people from Dr. Pepper and Kareem Soda sponsoring us tonight. I'm joking.
Dr. Pepper. Okay, Dr. Pepper. Big C, it was so much fun. I will see you next week. We'll be back. More sports talk. Tim, thanks for joining us. That was a good conversation with the two of you and listening. I'm getting ready to put my Michael Vick jersey on and I'm gonna go up the street and watch the game. And
watch your game with a Michael Vick jersey on.
That's the only jersey I have.
It's not even OTAs yet.
That's the only jersey I have.
Take a T-shirt right on.
I don't want to wear a T-shirt.
Look at one of the other players that are playing.
Who's your favorite NBA player?
My favorite NBA player?
Yes.
Definitely Kobe.
Okay, this is what you do. Go into your closet and get you out a white shirt, right? If you got purple markers and stuff, you could draw the number 24 and just write Kobe on the back.
Exactly.
Or you can draw the number 8 and write Kobe.
You both sound like you have a problem that I want to wear my Michael Vick jersey.
It's basketball season, woman.
Thank you. I didn't know.
All right. It was fun.
Next time we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers, though. That's what
we're talking
about next time. Aaron Rodgers, NFL.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That'll give me time to look up Mr. Aaron. I've heard the name before.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. RODGER.
Green Bay Packers.
What'd you say, Big Z?
Don't do that. That's a bad man. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Talking about something I think I heard the name before.
No. Because he's RODGERS, right? My ancestors are ROG. Well, not really.
No, they're not.
I've heard of him because he's been in the playoffs so many times, won Super Bowls and everything else.
Okay, well, I have to look up Aaron Rodgers so I can have a good conversation next week.
Are you serious? That you don't need to see? That's like somebody telling me they need to go look up they need to go look up Pat Ewing. For real?
On that note, I'm getting ready to put my jersey on and go watch the game. I will talk to you two later. Thank you so much. Right. Peace and love, family.
All right. What side?